Members of families hurt by illegal immigrants spoke last night on the theme of making America safe again. Each of them pleaded for tougher border control and/or the end of sanctuary cities. With me now, one of the speakers, Ann Mendoza. Her son, Sergeant Brandon Mendoza, was killed 2 years ago by a drunk driver who was an illegal alien. Welcome back to the show, Mrs. Mendoza. We are with you and your family as you try to heal. We just showed a selfie of you and your son. It's a picture we haven't seen too much in the media. I'm sure every photo is special to you, but what is the story or the memory that goes with this one?
We were on our way to Hawaii, and that was in 2013. So it was about 6-7 months before my son was killed. So it was a very special trip to me.
I'm sure. What was it like telling your son's story last night in front of that crowd?
Well, having spoken at Donald Trump rallies before, the crowd wasn't an issue, and the three of us, hugged backstage, and it's always special to be able to tell our children's stories and to get the word out to Americans that, unfortunately, this could happen in the blink of an eye to any family, and that's what we're trying to help prevent from any other family having to go through this.
So I'm assuming you felt the support in that room. We were watching crowd shots, and it felt like every single person was with you.
Absolutely. And, a kind of peace comes over me when I go out to speak about my son. I know he's with me, and I know that every time we're able to speak in front of a live crowd, that our stories do get out there. It's really hard when you're on a specific news channel, to get the word out there to people who may not be listening to the news channel. So anytime we have a chance to go out into the public and speak, it's important for Americans to get this message, because liberal media does not report on it, and it's very hard to get the word out that we're being lied to about what's happening at our borders and who's coming over. I live in Arizona, and I speak with Sheriff Paul Babu very often and Sheriff Joe Arpaio, and it's, they're 70 miles south of Phoenix, the drug cartel, in our mountains, and bringing drugs over and human trafficking, and people are found dead in the desert all the time in Arizona. So this is a really big problem that America needs to wake up to.
America needs to wake up to.
Open borders are not a good idea.
And if you're not in one of these border states, maybe people don't, as you say, feel the problem until it affects them personally. There's also an issue of sanctuary cities. We actually created a map, but there's 18 of them right now in the U.S., and other families have lost children as well by somebody, at the hand of somebody who should have been deported 5 or 6 times in some cases. What is the #1 change that you would make, Mrs. Mendoza, to immigration policy if you could just put a piece of litigation together now and it would be accepted, no holds barred? What would it be?
That's a tough one, because there's 3 or 4 really big choices that I would like to make.
Well, we have time, so I want to hear them.
Okay, the biggest thing that I have a problem with is the leniency that's shown to illegal aliens here in our country, and they're released from jail so quickly for crimes that if an American commits, that you're in jail for the duration of whatever the mandatory sentencing is for. The other thing is sanctuary cities. They should stop the federal funding to those sanctuary cities. That's like just telling every one of us to open our front doors and allow anybody to come in. And just don't forget, and a lot of people don't realize what a sanctuary city is. Americans who commit crimes, we don't have anywhere to run and be safe from being prosecuted or being caught by law enforcement. This is actually what is happening with the illegal aliens who are in our country committing crimes. They have a free place to go, stay out of jail, just go and hang out in these cities and know that they're going to be safe, they're not going to be deported. The sheriffs and the law enforcement don't work with Homeland Security and ICE. And the other thing is that they do need to be deported after they've committed crimes, because already they've committed a crime being here illegally, and then when you've committed a second crime, you're a repeat offender, and you need to get out of our country. There's no way we're going to be able to get everybody out of this country who's illegal. There are genuine people here who are here for a better life. I understand that. But the criminal element, the people who are killing our American citizens, need to leave our country.
That is well said, and the voice of logic and reason, even when you personally have had to deal with such a big loss. Ann Mendoza, thank you very much for your time and for sharing your thoughts and good ideas. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
Blue lives matter.
All right.
Thank you.
Hear you.